So that's how this is done. Oh, let's see. See who all pops up on here. I don't think I see anybody. All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, so this is my first TikTok live. So it's been a long time since I've tried to like jump on the camera and do something like this. So hey, since you guys are here, like let me know where you guys are from. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. For everybody that who just jumped in here, I'm a nurse. My name's Kevin. I go by the Boot Nurse. I do coaching. I do NCLEX coaching, everything for nurses and all that good stuff. If you guys seen my videos and my little clips down and my like little description list or whatever, you guys see that I post a lot about NCLEX. So if you guys got any questions, ask me about those. Let me know where you guys are from. Hope everybody's having a really good Saturday. I just got out of it was like a webinar for for real estate, because hey, we got to make that money, right? Because Lord knows that if you're a nurse, you ain't making no money while you're working at the bedside unless you're a contract nurse. So there's that. So I'm still trying to figure out like how to do this green screen thing. It's actually pretty nice. That way you guys can't see the mess that's behind me. But well, besides this G Racer chair that I got going on over here, so you know, oh nice. Hey, look at that! I got three people up in here. Hey, shout out to y'all for being up in here on a Saturday. Pretty sure y'all could be doing something better, but y'all here trying to look at me. So I'm over here making some PowerPoints um, for some classes that I'm going to be teaching here coming up soon. Looking at some respiratory issues, some neurological issues, and stuff like that. So if you guys are just getting here or just popping in, where you're from. My first TikTok live, trying to see where everybody's from, what they like to talk about. So got a lot of things that are happening in the nursing world right now. Especially, I think probably the biggest thing has been what is it? All those fake nurses decided that they want to pop up somewhere coming out of Florida. Um, so, uh, hey, how are you? Um, so yeah, hashtag no fake nurses around here, right? So see what's going on. See what's going on. Shout out to the two folks that are in here looking at me. Yeah. Hey, don't worry about that tone, all right? It's Demon Slayer. Hey, shout out to anybody that likes anime. So I figure I'd do this for we'll say like a good 15 minutes, half hour, see how it's going. Um, for anybody who asks about my videos, I usually try to post them like once a day. I got a good batch of videos and stuff that I like to put up. So all related to pretty much nursing, all related to pretty much NCLEX, how to move, and kind of like the nursing journey and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff coming up. So if you guys have any questions about anything, please feel free to ask. I've done not a lot, but I've done a few collabs. So What is that? Invites to join the live. I don't even know who that is. Decline that. Trying to figure out a couple things. So I didn't know people could ask to join. Well, join like I guess collab wise. So like I said, it's me figuring out how it all going. So what if you don't pass nursing to school? I'm assuming you mean what if you don't pass nursing school? I'm assuming that's what you mean, right? And if you don't pass nursing school, then you can't work as a nurse. I should probably let people know that I'm doing a TikTok live, huh? I should probably let them know. Well, I had a couple people in here at first. Now there's only one. Hey, that's okay. That's all right. Nice. Ooh, somebody is spamming that like button. Go ahead and keep spamming it. I think I should start doing TikTok lives more often. Maybe like, what do you think? What do you think? One person that's in here. What do you think? Think I should do TikTok lives more often? Yeah, I think I'm a. I think I agree. I think I should. I think I should start doing TikTok lives more often, just so people can see me because I feel like I've been hiding for a while. So maybe I should start letting people see me so I can start helping more folks out instead of me just posting some little clips here and there. So thank you for spamming the like button. I appreciate it. A lot of stuff going on this weekend. Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl is happening this weekend. Um, and like I said, a lot of stuff going on in the nursing world and stuff like that. So hey, you know, first TikTok live. Hey, if you're just here, just joining us, this is my first TikTok live. Uh, Trying to get my feet wet on the whole TikTok live thing. Talking about nursing stuff, talking about the NCLEX if you're a nurse or a nursing student, and how that's going to be changing, and just talking about whatever big topic that happened this week or over the last couple of weeks have been nurses. Hashtag fake nurses. So I had no idea that you could just buy your own nursing degree, go out there and take a licensing exam, and then try to take care of patients and I don't know, not know what Tylenol is, not know what Tylenol is and what it can do to somebody. So didn't know that was the world that we were living in. It's kind of like that movie Catch Me. Was it Catch Me If You Can? Kind of like that. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing more TikTok lives. I think I'm gonna try to do it like once a day, once every other day, maybe for like half an hour if my schedule permits. So if my schedule permits. Man, 500 likes. That's what I'm talking about. Man, can you put music on here? Let's see. See what we can do to... Oh, you can put music on here. Let's see. Let's see what music you can put on here. Well, definitely ain't trying to do all no romantic. That's kind of weird. Gifts. They don't give you a wide variety of things. Over here, party. Show the. Okay, we're not doing that one. Party. That sounds terrible. So we'll go back to electric. Build over there. I appreciate it. now joining. My name's Kevin. It's my first TikTok live. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Hey, what's up? It's my first TikTok live. I'm a nurse, OR nurse by trade. I'm a coach, do NCLEX, all that good stuff. So if you got, whatever y'all want to talk about, big topic that's happened this week or last couple of weeks has been about nurses. Fake nurses out there, FBI catching folks, doing stuff they ain't supposed to be doing. And that they, you can just buy your way into being a nurse without that was crazy. So, like I said, whatever y'all want to talk about, Hey, y'all drop in the chat. Y'all tell me where y'all are from. Tell me what y'all from. Tell me what y'all doing on Saturday. Obviously, y'all see what I'm doing too. It's TikTok live. So, and all those likes would be greatly appreciated. So, trying to see if I can get this music because I don't want to sit here with no music. I wonder if I could put some music on like a it don't get flagged. I know some of that stuff they were trying to flag. What's up, everybody? What's up? Let's see what I can do about this music. Yeah. All right. Cool. I turned it off. So everybody, hey, let me know let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Like, either spam the like button or just say, yo, I can hear you, or do both. And let me know where y'all are from. Hey, this is my first TikTok live. How y'all doing? My name's Kevin. I go by the Boot Nurse. I'm a nurse, obviously. Not a fake nurse, though. Not a fake nurse because, I ain't about all that. So, like I said, my first TikTok live. We're just kind of coming up on here, chit-chatting, wanting to know where everybody's from. Go Chiefs. This guy. Hey, go Cowboy. Hey, Cowboy Nation. Hey, I don't got no flag up over here, though, but, whatever. And yes, we are going to the Super Bowl. We go every year, even if we got tickets in the stand. But, that's whatever. So like I said, hey, I'm a nurse, not a fake nurse. Been a nurse for 3 years. I'm a coach. I coach NCLEX. NCLEX is changing, coming up here real soon. Like I said, it's my first TikTok live. Y'all let me know where y'all are from. All that good stuff. Hey, I'm gonna see if I can put some music on because this ain't it. This ain't it. And we had a good point in the day. Like, just put my son down for a nap. This dude been acting like a fool. Like a straight fool, like swinging on me. He lucky. He lucky. I like him. He lucky. I like him a little bit. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Some people don't realize how difficult it is for you to get up on a live and just think that you're a broadcaster, on the news. Granted, I do YouTube, and I've been doing this for for what. Man, it's going on 3 years now. Going on 3 years doing the whole YouTube and social media thing. So it's just been a while since I've been in front of the camera, kind of just chit chatting with folks. So, hey, like I said, if you're new, hey, drop some likes up in there. Let me know where you're from. This is my first TikTok live. I'm a nurse. Like I said, hashtag not a fake nurse. A lot of things going on in the nursing world. Like I said, biggest thing is nurses out there, or people buying their degree, which is that shit is wild to me. Like I said, I was sitting at work with a bunch of folks, and I was like, man, that shit is wild. How you could just go and spend $15K and go get you a nursing degree, and then have the audacity to go sit for a license, and then the thing that really makes it crazy is that they pass, and then next thing you know, they end up somewhere, at a hospital working for somebody. And don't know how to pass meds, don't know what Tylenol is, let alone don't know what, hey, if I give you too much Tylenol that I could kill you. I mean, some folks are just like that. Some people just don't know. I just think that's just wild. So there was an article that came out just recently where some lady, I guess they found out that she was a fake nurse. And they sentenced her to like 54 months in prison, and she had to pay back all the wages that she had got from that hospital, which was like $700,000. So, I guess it doesn't really, like, if you think about it, like for however long she's been a nurse, which was from 2016, that ain't really. I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I mean, I need look. We inflating right now. Houses ain't cheap. Look, this ain't no joke. Okay. Uh, Pfizer getting sued. Thoughts? Doesn't surprise me. I mean, are you surprised? What pharmaceutical company wouldn't get sued over the fact of not disclosing things, not letting us know properly, like how things are dosed, lying to shareholders, whatever. So, I mean, I'm not really surprised. Well, who else? I'm assuming this is going towards, the Rona and all the other issues that happen with that. It's like you have all these pharmaceutical companies that are dropping, these vaccines, and no issue, with dropping a vaccine. Technology is light years ahead of where it was from like when they came up with penicillin, right? Or antibiotics. It's a huge thing by antibiotics, especially from World War One to World War Two. But we're leagues ahead of that. And when it comes to technology, granted, not saying anything necessarily about the vaccines, but it's just like I'm not surprised that Pfizer's getting sued, like, at all. Not surprised. So it was bound to happen. Somebody was bound to find a break in somewhere that they were doing. So I'm not surprised by any pharmaceutical company getting sued for, something that affected the world. You know what I mean? So, hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, hey, hey. And make sure you guys are dropping those likes up in there. It's my first TikTok live. Here I was supposed to be looking for music, but I was answering somebody's question. So that's your fault. I'm looking right now. I don't know what I feel like listening to, though. I don't know. Maybe some Jack Harlow. Maybe. I don't really listen to music too much like that anymore. Like, I'm kind of lame. Maybe. I like listening to podcasts. So, speaking of like listening to stuff, if you're a nurse, man, I don't know where that book is at, but I'm going to find this book. But I like to do book recommendations. There's a book that's called Nurses. I'm going to find it. I'm going to tell you exactly what the title is, because every nursing student, every nurse I don't care if you've been a nurse for 1 day to 10 years, or you're a nursing student wanting to be a nurse, there's a really good book out here called It's called Nurses by, it's by like Alexandria something, right? Here, let me see. I got it on Audible. There it is. So check this out. So there's a book. It's called The Nurses, A Year of Secrets, Drama, Miracles with Heroes of the Hospital by Alexandra Robbins. So if you've never read that book, if you're a nurse, I really, really recommend that book, because there's a lot of shit that's going on, like with nurses, from being burnt out, being overwhelmed, overworked, underpaid, you name it, right? Like me right now, I'm a staff nurse, right? And I'm an OR nurse. I know you guys have seen videos about why I quit the ICU. I was very, very, very distinct about why I quit the ICU. It's been a minute since I posted one of those videos, but I got a whole list of many reasons of why I quit the ICU. Those are just 3. And I know part 4 is coming up. Hey, let me know if y'all want part 4 now. Because if y'all tell me y'all want it within the next day, I'll do it. Because if not, then I'll get sidetracked with something else. But it'll eventually come. But this book, The Nurses, it talks about everything that you hear about that happens in the hospital. Like, there's a story in here where there was a doctor who was sleeping with 4 or 5 nurses on different floors, is because what's the chances of the ER nurse running into a floor nurse? I mean, unless they're doing patient transfer or whatever. So, and there's another one in here, about a lady. There's a real good one in here about a lady who was, I think she had surgery and she was battling addiction. She was an ER nurse, and then she ended up battling addiction and then started stealing morphine, and how they did an 8-month investigation on her. That shit was wild. When I tell you I was listening to this book, it had my full attention. Another one in here about a white nurse going to a predominantly black hospital, somewhere in the dirty South, so probably somewhere in Mississippi or in Alabama. low poverty area. And then you had a black nurse who went to a predominantly white hospital, and they talk about their experiences. I could tell you right now, like when I was in the ICU, I was like the only black person that worked on nights. And then they had some travelers that, or the strack nurses, or the contract nurses that would come in for like 13 weeks. That's when they were balling out of control, making like fucking $10,000 a week. But staff wise, it was just me. Luckily for me, I'm not on the ICU anymore, so I really don't have to worry about that. But yeah, if you're a nurse, I don't care how long you've been a nurse, you've been a nurse for a long time, or if you're just becoming a nurse, I really, really recommend the book called The Nurses by Alexandra Robbins. So that's my little gem for the day. How's your day been? My day's been pretty good so far. I did a webinar, or I guess you could call it a webinar for real estate this morning. It probably started at about 10 or 11 o'clock Central Time, and it just got over probably about 3 o'clock, 3:30. Because we always got to know where to put our money. We always got to know where to put it. Things are inflating. The housing market is crazy, right now with the interest rates. Nobody really wants to buy a house or anything crazy like that. So, understanding real estate and how to make your money work for you is real heavy. So it's not just the days of, wanting to go to work and work a 9 to 5, in my opinion, are over. So we need to be figuring out different ways for us to make money out here. So especially my nurses that are out here, especially y'all that are traveling. If I have any travel nurses in here, let me know if you down here, if you're a travel nurse, and let the people know. Let the people know what them bags look like, because them bags be looking real nice. If you're just now coming to the live, hey, how are you? My name is Kevin. I go by The Boot Nurse, established in 2020. This is my very first TikTok live. I work in the operating room. I'm an OR nurse. I've been an OR nurse. It'll be a year here in the next month. And I enjoy working as an OR nurse. I have many, many team members that I am with in the OR. You're never essentially left alone. You got an anesthesia provider, you got a surgeon, you got a surge tech, you got you. At the minimum, there will be 4 of you, right? So, versus how you learn the independence of how to work as an ICU nurse, and the independence of being a floor nurse, and that's cool. But I'm a big proponent of teamwork. Huge on teamwork. That's probably where that's the military aspect of me that comes out. So, I work as an OR nurse. So there's a bunch of people that they comment on my videos, and they're like, hey, if you don't work in the ICU anymore, where do you work? And I purposely didn't really put anything on there because I knew I wanted to do a TikTok live at one point. And here I am. And I'm telling everybody that 9 times out of 10 people are going to forget that. So I'll probably drop it in my next, TikTok video that hopefully will go viral like the 4th one did, where it got me like 48,000 views or something like that, which I thought was crazy. I was like, man, I don't even got that many people that look at my YouTube like that. So, speaking of YouTube, hey, make sure y'all go over there. I got a YouTube, I got a Facebook, I got a TikTok, obviously, because y'all are here. I got an Instagram. I'm super, super heavy on Instagram right now. So, yeah. You guys want to know anything else, let me know. I said I was going to put music on. And somebody asked me a question. So, I don't know what y'all want to listen to. Y'all let me know down in the chat what y'all want me to listen to. I'll put on whatever. It's probably going to be loud. Hey, anybody get that new Harry Potter game? Anybody get it? Hey, because I got it. Hey, let me know if you got that new Harry Potter game, all right? We ain't got to talk about just nursing stuff right here. We just talk about all aspects of life, right? So, there goes some Jack. There's some Jack Harlow right there. So, man, sometimes I wish I could just get rid of some of this stuff that's up here. It's in the way. Right. Man, it's weird. Like the algorithm looked kind of weird. Like at one point, I think I had like 500 people in here. Next thing you know, I'm like, dang, everybody gone. I must be boring. But that's okay though. Like I said, first TikTok live. going to be first of many, or this is the first, and then there will be many more to come after that. So, you know, so yeah. But yeah, so I also do nurse coaching, and I also do NCLEX coaching. For those that don't know what NCLEX is, or if you're a brand new nurse, like if you just started nursing school and then you start hearing people start talking about NCLEX, NCLEX is the nursing exam, the licensing exam. So both LPNs or LVNs and RNs take that exam. Those exams are different, but it's still the same type, but it's just one's for practical nurses and the other one's for registered nurses. So I do coaching for both of those. If you haven't seen some of those testimonies that I do, you can go check them out over on my Instagram. Everything is labeled the boot nurse. So if you type in the boot nurse on Google or whatever, then you'll see me pop up. Kind of like what Rick Ross used to say, Google me. Like that's before, it just, now it don't even matter. You can Google anybody and everybody's going to pop up. So, but, yeah, like in the chat, hey, y'all let me know where y'all are from. Don't be strangers. Don't be scared. I don't bite. I don't bite. I don't yell unless I need to. I ain't yelling at y'all because I need y'all in here with me. And right now, I'm working on a couple of slides because I'm gonna be teaching some classes. I'm actually gonna start teaching a little bit of classes here on TikTok and on Instagram Live. Um, yeah, I'm gonna start teaching some of those. So like right now I'm working on myasthenia gravis. So for all my nursing students and yeah, so all my nursing students, like if you're in neuro, myasthenia gravis, that's a good one to know because something along the lines of a or a neurological disorder will pop up on your licensing exam. So and just be aware. Hey, the licensing exam is changing. It's changing. Like when does it change? April 1st of this year, the licensing exam for nurses and or for RNs and for PNs it is changing. So it's going from essentially, select all that apply to, your multiple choice. So it's changing to it's more scenario based, real critical thinking. I like to call it that spider web effect. So they give you, essentially like one issue and then it could just spread at that point. So there are many different things that are going to be happening with the NCLEX. All right. So best thing is to make yourself aware, stay educated. As always stay educated. Right. Always educate yourself if you feel like something's not being passed to you. Because let me tell you, when I was in nursing school and I had some crusty ass nurse tell me, "Oh, you're a self learner. You got to learn it." Nope. I got an attitude problem. I probably shouldn't have did that with her. But, she probably could have delivered that differently than me. But, hey, I'm working on some stuff. All right. I'm working on myself. All right. All right. Don't judge me. All right. This is a judgment-free zone. All right. So, hey, if you're just joining the live, my name is Kevin, the boot nurse, not boot nurse. There's a the. There it is. There's a the, before the boot. You see what I'm saying? So, somebody asked me what the boot nurse stood for. So it's kind of like a twofer, right? If you've been to my YouTube, you see my very first video. And I actually watched my first video, a while ago, not too long ago, and it's kind of cringe. But hey, sometimes you just got to press record and you just got to take it for what it is, and you just got to adapt and you got to learn and as you go, right? We fail forward and we fail often. So, the boot nurse. I'm a military guy. I'm in the Navy. I was active duty for almost 14 years. And with my uniform, we wear boots. Doesn't matter what branch of service that you're in, you wear boots. I would say the Space Force doesn't wear boots, but they're part of the Department of Defense, so they wear boots. So that kind of makes sense. And then of course, if you're a civilian, as we call civilians that are not in the military, or as we call people that are not in the military, they associate people wearing the boots in a uniform with being in the service. So boots. There's that. So yeah, that's kind of like where the boot nurse came from. So I'm just kind of hanging out right here. I don't know what happened to my Jack Harlow. I guess I didn't put it on, shuffle or whatever the hell. So I appreciate everybody being up in here, man. Like at one point, I think I said I had like 500 people up in here. So I appreciate everybody kind of sticking around and, being here for my first TikTok live. If you got, I got a gift. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Like, I'm trying to figure these things out. I don't know what these mean, right? I know gifts, like they give you money or something like that. And that's cool because, times be hard out here. You know what I mean? So, and, and you need money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like what, like if you guys want to know something else, like what else? Like really good apps, like you can use as a nursing student or even as a nurse. Like, so here's a really good app in case, somebody wants to know about it. For pharmacology, what is it called? Hippocrates. So if you don't know what Hippocrates is, it's like a pharmacy, it's a pharmacy app that essentially lets the pharmacokinetics, and everything that you would need to know about a medication, right? So when I was working, I was working in a burn ICU, and I did that for about 6 months, and I had a doctor it was a resident who was telling me. I asked him, I was like, hey, so what's a really good app that you like to use? And he was just like, oh, I use Hippocrates for everything. I was like, oh, okay. And that was 2-3 years ago, and it's been on my phone ever since. It can tell you about like medication, like interaction. So like if you're having, what to medicate? Can I send two medications in the same line? Like, can I mix two medications? Should I do one? Should I do them in separate lines? So on and so forth. So that's a really good app, Hippocrates, right? So you got Eagles or Chiefs? Oh, man. Go Cowboys. No, I'm just playing. To be completely honest with you, I haven't really been paying attention to football, honestly, probably like for the last couple of years. But, of course, when the Cowboys come on, I pay attention to that. But the way that the Eagles defense has been playing, the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. I got the Eagles. I would if I had to choose between the Eagles or the Chiefs, I would go with the Eagles. And so I'm fully expecting Kevin Hart to act a fool like he did the last time that the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So So he's probably gonna act up, and be drunk on the field trying to grab the damn trophy like he did last time, thinking that he a Eagles damn football player. But my money is on the Eagles if I was a betting man. But I don't bet on things that I can't necessarily guarantee. So that's why you can't take me to Vegas. Like, I'll go to Vegas and I'll set aside maybe like $1,000, and then we can go and gamble. Once that $1,000 is gone, I'm like, all right, cool. What are we doing now? So I mean, we could go take in the shows and just eat and get fat, or go to pool parties, or do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we could do all that. But But once again, my money is on the Eagles if I was a betting man. So I appreciate that question. Hey, Phil, if you're just joining the live, I see there's about 30 of you in here. At one point, I had like 500. I think all like 470 people just decided to leave me, which is fine. I'm not emotionally distraught by that. But if you're just joining, it's my first TikTok live, right? Right here. That's where I'm saying that. And my name is Kevin. I go by the Boot Nurse, Boots Nurse. I go by the Boot Nurse on all social media platforms. So if you guys want to go over there, give me some love, give me a shout out, do whatever. If there's new nurses that are in here, welcome. Stop it. Somebody's just said I'm a Jason Derulo doppelganger. Hey, so you're not the first person to ever tell me that. Like, for real. Hey, somebody link me up with that dude, and then I'll sing to him. I don't know. I won't sing to him. But you're not the first person to ever tell me that I look like Jason Derulo. Is it the hair? Is it the beard? It's not my tired old man eyes, is it? I hope not. But you ain't the first person to tell me that. Somebody else told me I give off a Kevin Hart vibe, and I was just like, I kind of don't see it. But, it all just depends, right? But well, like I said, hey, if you're just joining the live, hey, let me know where you're from. Let me know what y'all want to know, what y'all want to talk about. Like I said, it's my first TikTok live. I'm a nurse. I'm an OR nurse. I've been working in the OR for almost a year. Been a nurse going on 3. I'm a nursing coach. I talk about NCLEX, and I coach for NCLEX. I'm in the process of creating my own NCLEX review for those nurses or those nursing students that are going up for taking their licensing exam. So yeah, y'all got any questions about anything? Hey, go ahead and drop them. Bye. Who is it? Is it Nancy? Nancy B442. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know if she left. Did she leave? Okay. Um, but yeah. So I'm about to jump back up on here and see if there's see what any music we got going on over here. Some other things I'm working on right now. Working on some other topics. Like what topics you guys want to talk about? Like I said, I'm doing a review right now, and what topics you guys want to talk about? I got a whole list of some things to talk about. So we could talk about freaking, I don't know, like right now, prioritization questions, test taking strategies, how to best study, what worked for me, what didn't work for me, what didn't work for me may work for you, So there's options out here. You need motivation, whatever. I'm all about it. I'm all about, hey, look, let me tell you something. If you're some of those people that are out here who have failed at doing anything, but you took that failure and you figured out why and you went back to the drawing board and you accomplished that goal, hey, yo, look, you're my kind of person. You're my kind of person, all right? I don't care who you are, right? Let me see if I can find some more music up in here. See if I can find some more music up in here. I don't think I'll get shut down, so. Like, hey, anybody out here, hey, what's up, ma'am? How are you? Anybody on here play that new Harry Potter game? I'm just saying. I know there's a lot of controversy out here about this Harry Potter game. But I will be walking around doing, fucking Avada Kedavra all over the place. So don't be surprised if you see me post a video of me just zapping people. Just saying. Hey, speaking of Harry Potter, I got any Harry Potter heads up in here? You know what I'm saying? Anybody like Harry Potter? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if y'all like Harry Potter. And if you do like Harry Potter, where did you put yourself? Where do you put yourself? What house are you in? All right. And I'm just trying to engage. I'm just trying to see what's up with y'all. How do I do these gifts? Like, I'm curious. Somebody told me I'm a Jason Derulo doppelganger. Yo, that is hilarious. Maybe I just don't see it, but it's just funny that multiple people say it to me all the time. All the time. So, let's see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. All right. All right, we doing good up in here. We doing good. All right, and put some more music up in here. See what's going on. Oh, I can send myself a rose? That's weird. I know that was a thing. Like, hey, send yourself a rose. Okay, whatever. Oh, we can support nonprofits up in here? Yo, let's go. All right, ain't none of these I'm trying to support though. I mean, I do the American Red Cross. I volunteered with the American Red Cross before. If you never volunteered, like taking some extra time to volunteer for those things that you like, hey, definitely do it. They got a good bunch up in here. So, let's see. Let's see. What else? What else they got up in here? Let's see what's going on. Hey, for everybody that's joined, how are you? Let me know where you are from let me know where you're from. Drop that in the chat. Say hi. Don't be a stranger. Apparently, I'm the Jason Derulo doppelganger. I'm nowhere near as rich. I'm just saying. He had Jordan Sparks, but he don't got Jordan Sparks no more. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's old news. I'm just saying. That's just one of those things you don't forget. Let's see what else. Let's see what we can put on here. let's see what's popping in the nursing world. Because, I'm a nurse. That's where I center all my stuff around. So we can just sit here and we can see what's going on within the nursing world, right? So let's see. It says education chief nurse role to be scrapped in England merger. What else? Like I said, the biggest thing right now with nursing is, the biggest thing right now with nursing is of course like mental health. So I'm a big proponent of mental health. Never be afraid to go talk to somebody about anything. Make sure you guys go out there and you take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, what makes you think you can take care of anybody else properly? Don't let these hospitals, if you work in these hospitals, don't let these hospitals play you. My favorite word is no. I say no in my house quite often, and I say no to work quite often. So they're just like, hey, can you do this? Nope, I can't do it. Or, hey, can you stay after? No, I can't do it. Like, it has to be like it has to be a really good reason. And if I don't have anything else going on, number one, there's never really a good reason. And number two, I always have something going on. So, but yeah. So like I said, make sure you guys take care of yourself. I'm pretty transparent. So it's just like, hey, if you got, mental health stuff going on in regards to like your job or even just your life, like, people go through life, with their kids or their spouse. They get a divorce, they break up, their kids are assholes, whatever, So don't be afraid to talk to somebody. Me, I go to therapy, right? Because, this right here, the military, just life, sometimes you gotta talk to somebody, that's very unbiased to kind of help, put things in a different perspective, have you thinking about it, and then, pushing forward and learning from those experiences. Because that's all life is. Life is an experience. And your experience may differ. That's what I tell everybody, when they ask me about joining the military. It doesn't matter the branch of service, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, Space Force, whatever. Your experience may differ. You may love it. You may want to stay for 20 or however long. Cool. You may do 5 years and be like, all right, I don't want to do this no more. Cool. So like I said, your experience may differ. So always go out there and talk to somebody. So let's see what else. Let's see what else is popping. Oh man, I forgot about that. So there was that earthquake that was happening, or that earthquake that happened in Turkey, and it said like a bunch of people passed away from that. So I heard about it, and I heard it was like a couple like thousand, but I haven't looked at it in a while, and it said that it was like I guess it was above a 7 point whatever, in regards to I guess it's called the Richter scale in regards to earthquakes. But it says, guess what? Like, nurses to the rescue again, right? It says 15 hospitals were affected. The numbers of death have gone up by the hour, as of course it would. So like when I hear stuff like that, when they start telling me, oh, it's of the hundreds of millions, I'm like, man, 100 million people don't even live there. So, I'd give it a day or so, or a couple of days, until you start to find out numbers and, how many people were affected. Granted, a ton of people were affected by that. So if you happen to know someone who's affected by that, hopefully, they can lean on you, and hopefully you can try to do something to contribute to helping them feel better. I know the American Red Cross, they have stuff going on, like to where you can send money to try to help individuals over there. So if that's your thing, then by all means, contribute where you can. What else is going on? It says hospital nurses on picket line. That was on the 6th, though. Well, let's see what's up. Hey, how are y'all? If you're just joining, this is my first TikTok live. We're talking about nursing stuff, NCLEX stuff, whatever y'all want to talk about. Somebody asked me about the Super Bowl and who was going to win. I picked the Eagles. If I was a betting man, I would bet on the Eagles. We're talking. Somebody told me I was a Jason Derulo doppelganger. So every time I hear it, I just want to sing Jason Derulo, and I'm not a singer. That's not me. That's not what I do. So, but yeah. So hopefully everybody's doing well on this Saturday. I'm just chilling out. Had a meeting earlier. We were talking about real estate investing, and how to have your money work for you rather than, you work for your money. So let me know where you guys are from in the chat, what you guys want to talk about. Doesn't matter to me. We're just here just vibing right now. And I'm trying to put on some music, but I put on music earlier, and apparently that was too loud where nobody could hear me. So I want to try to play some music through YouTube, and hopefully it just kind of just stays a vibe. I gave a book recommendation earlier. It's called The Nurses by Alexandra Robbins. If you're a nurse, I don't care if you were a nurse, became a nurse today, or you've been a nurse for 10 years. If you haven't read that book, it's definitely a good read because it has different perspectives, or it's different stories from different nurses. So, and there's some of them that are just like, what? So if they turned it into a show, you would be like, oh, I'm all about it. But I'm all about, reading more nowadays rather than watching it on TV, depending on what it is. So it's kind of like, you hear some stuff like, what's that, was it Nurse Jackie? And there's a couple of other ones that are out there. Oh man, speaking of that, did everybody hear about that one guy? I want to say it's somewhere on the East Coast, but been a nurse for like 20 years, and he was killing people with freaking like overdosing them on insulin. And they had I want to say they have three. Like there were three people, I think. Oh, we're here doing two. There were three people, I believe, that he killed, or two that he for sure killed, and a third one he attempted to do it, but they stopped him or whatever. So yeah, it'd be crazy out here. And I think he was doing it because he worked on a terminal. He worked somewhere terminal, and tried to justify it that way, saying these people are dying anyway, so why not? We as nurses don't do that. We don't make that call. We make sure we take care of everybody until it's their time, whether it be by calling it with by DNRs, or they go naturally, or whatever. We do our best until the end for them. So there's that. Me off of my high horse. So just make sure you guys, like I said, take care of yourself, take care of each other, make sure people are doing right by your patients and stuff like that. So, but The Nurses by Alexandra Robbins, good book, good book. And I probably start doing book recommendations, like I was saying before. So I'm all about book recommendations. All right. So once again, if you decided to hang out, my name is Kevin. I go by the Boot Nurse. Boot Nurse on all social media platforms. I also have a website, thebootnurse.com, talking about coaching. I do coaching for anybody that needs it for NCLEX. Some things are going to be updating on that website here come soon. So just remember, today's prices are not tomorrow's prices. So yeah, working on an NCLEX review right now. I'm actually, it's been a very, very productive week in regards to creating content for me, but that stuff's going to be coming out real soon. In the words of Grant Cardone, you have to 10x everything that you do, and let me just tell you, that is overwhelming. But when I tell you that I got it, and I'm about to make some stuff work. There's going to be a bunch of free content that's going to be dropping on my YouTube channel, a bunch of free content that's going to be jumping on TikTok and Instagram and on Facebook. But I'm gonna have a good bulk of stuff that's gonna be on my website if for those who need it. So there's that. Anyways, like I said, let me know where y'all are. Where y'all from in the chat. What y'all doing today? What music y'all want to listen to? What y'all want to talk about? I've been on here for almost an hour, I think, and I didn't even think I was gonna be on here that long. So I thought people were just going to be like, you out. So, but. Oh, so here's something. I've been wanting to show people this, and I think this is actually pretty neat. But I got this sign made. Probably can't see it. Oh, you can't see it. Anyways, so here, hold on, let's see. Probably not. Because it's like a clear plastic type joint. But it's a sign right here that says the Boot Nurse, and it lights up. So probably here comes soon when I start doing like my videos, or if I do a TikTok live, and if I don't have this green screen effect up on here, I'll have it up in the back, and we'll just vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit here and I'll talk. So we'll talk about whatever, see how people are doing, seeing what people want to know. So Let's see what else. Let's see what else is going on in the nursing world. Big things are happening within the nursing world. Um, Big things are happening within the nursing education realm, especially with the NCLEX changing. And if you don't know what the NCLEX is, it's the national licensing exam for nurses. You know, that goes for people in Canada and Australia. So if I have anybody that's like in the Philippines or in Africa, um, you know, you guys can work as nurses there, but then when you guys come to here to the United States, everybody has to take that exam. No one is exempt from it. Not even those individuals that wanted to freaking buy their license or buy their nursing degree for $15,000 and then go take the exam. The crazy part is that they have no nursing experience in like in learning, but a bunch of them went and took that exam and they passed. The thing that really trips me out is how like there are a lot of checks and balances that happen in between you registering for nursing school and by the time you take that exam. So there's a lot of checks and balances. So the first thing that came to my mouth is the first thing that came to my mind was who in the world like who are the people that are in these places? Like who are the people that are in these places that are kind of just, you know, checking them in the box and then letting them go? Because when I started nursing school, I had to do a background check before I could even start nursing school. I had to do all of that. And then you had to do like you had to get a yellow card or a blue card or something like that. And then, you know, you had to provide all these things to the Board of Nursing before you could even start nursing school. At least in Texas, that's how it was. And that's how it was back in 2016, right? So for the fact that it got all the way there, and then you paid for a degree, then you have to submit you have to submit your transcripts and all that stuff to the Board of Nursing. And then once you submit it to the Board of Nursing, they're just like, oh, okay. Then they send your authorization to test to Pearson VUE. And the Pearson VUE is like, oh, okay. So there's like there's 2 or 3 checks and balances for that. And then all of a sudden you got these people, total of like 7,600 people over the span of like 2016 to now, or 2016 to 2021, that went to go take the exam and you know, a good majority of them passed. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. So I just know that I don't want somebody, you know, trying to take care of me and they don't know what the hell's going on, because that's a big no. That's a no. So what y'all getting into tonight? Today's Saturday, so probably gonna have, you know, probably have a family night, just hang out at the house, watch Wakanda Forever, eat chicken wings or pizza. You know what I'm saying? So, we're gonna be doing, you know, y'all let me know what y'all plan on doing. Anybody going out? You know, you guys gonna turn up, get litty, whatever the kids say nowadays. Oh, so, and I know this is random, but I'm gonna say this right now. Hey, don't get all upset about getting old. I don't even know what that means. Just embrace the maturity. It comes and it's nice. So let's see what else is going on over here. Put on some Post Malone. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, if you're just joining the chat, my name's Kevin. I go by the Boot Nurse. Uh, I'm a nurse. I work in the operating room, so I'm a surgical nurse or a perioperative nurse, whichever one you want to call. So, yeah, if you guys got any questions about anything, go ahead and ask them. You know what I'm saying? We're just having a little chit chat, talking to folks. I'm gonna start doing TikTok lives a little bit more. So today's Saturday. I know people out there hanging out with their family, so I want to try to get some engagement. I had like 500 people up in here. I don't know if people went. So here's some shenanigans going on over there. How y'all doing out there? Man, I should figure out how to like flip this thing. Nah, that don't make no sense. Oh, that is terrible. We don't want to be bigger like that. How's everybody doing? If it's your first time here. If you're just now joining us, it's my first TikTok live right here. So drop your comments or whatever. Ask me whatever. Talking about nursing, talking about NCLEX, talking about the nursing world, talking about the journey, talking about whatever. Somebody in here told me I look like Jason Derulo. I don't see it. Somebody talking about freaking. I guess I look like Kevin Hart too. I don't see it. Maybe it's the beard. So yeah. Guys, let me know. What's up. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. Talk about nursing stuff. What's happening in the nursing world, nursing field. Like I said, I'm a nurse. Was in the military, active duty for almost 14 years. I'm in the reserves now. Reserving. Got a couple years until I retire. So that's a good thing. I know I don't look it, but I got these old man eyes. So I may look it. But yeah, whatever questions you guys have, go ahead and drop them in the chat. I'm a big proponent. I like to read books, I like to read books, or however you acquire knowledge. So I like audiobooks. I do podcasts. Certain podcasts are good, certain are not. Some are not. I thought about doing a podcast. Somebody told me I should do one, but I don't know if I would want to do a podcast. So there's that. But I gave a book recommendation earlier. It's called The Nurses by Alexandra Robbins. And a quick story. So I have a mentor. When I graduated nursing school, she gave me a check for a certain amount. Oh, she gave me a check, I think, to pay for my licensing exam. And she wrote this nice blurb in the front of it. And she said that I would really appreciate it. And then I didn't read it for a while. And then I was on a plane ride and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to read it. And I didn't want to read it because it was going to make me fall asleep. So I was like, let me listen to it. So I listened to it. And when that happened, I was just like, yo, that's crazy. Like, the book is really, really good. So even if you're not a nurse, it's a good book for you to read or for you to listen to, because it'll give you the perspective of what nurses go through, One nurse was on there fighting addiction. Another one was couldn't have a baby and was trying to have a baby. Racial discrimination. So many damn like sex scandals and just like there was one doctor like sleeping with like 4 or 5 nurses on different floors. Ended up getting one pregnant. Another one found out. Another one did like it was wild. Like that story was wild. So. But then, of course, it all wraps it up in the end to why nurses do what they do. It was a very nicely. It was a nice book that was ended beautifully. Like it was a really really good book. So I would recommend any nurse. First of all, I would make it a requirement for all nurses to read that. Um, but if you're not a nurse or even thinking about being a nurse, definitely a great book to look at. Definitely. So. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Thank you guys for joining the live. It's my first TikTok live. So any questions, comments you guys got, drop them in the chat. Ask me any questions. Like I said, it's my first time. My name's Kevin. I go by the Boot Nurse. I thought I had like where you could see like the freaking, it was like, hey, ask me any questions. But I'm a nurse. I'm an OR nurse. I used to be an ICU nurse. Like the OR a lot better. Yeah, those videos. Oh, the video for who is it? What is it that I was? Oh, for why I quit the ICU. Trust me, I got a whole like other like multiple list of the things I want to say about the ICU. So, but the hospital that I worked at, not very. It's not the hospital that I work at right now is not the place to go if you're a brand new nurse. But if you're a seasoned nurse, like at least a year or two of experience, that's a place for you to go. I will tell any brand new nurse right now, that they should go to every brand new nurse should go to a level 1 trauma facility. And the main reason is because they have any and everything under the sun that you would need. They have the biggest thing, and this is probably going to sound pretty cliche, but is that they have the support, even if you think that they don't. Because I've been on my floor when I worked in the ICU to where I didn't have, it was me. It was just me. So, like it was just me, like with 3 vented patients, 2 of them actively dying. Like the shit was wild. Perioperative is the best kept secret in nursing. Hey, that's facts. Like I was saying this earlier, is you could, in the OR, there's going to be a minimum of 4 people in the operating room. There's going to be a minimum of 4 people. Anesthesia, the surgeon, the surgical tech, you as the RN. That is the bare minimum, right? You can't do the surgery without a surgeon. You can't do the surgery without anesthesia. The patient codes, they're already there. You're a non-sterile person, so you can't jump in there to start doing CPR or for whatever reason. So, you're calling code blues, all these people show up, and you're kind of commanding and conquering. You're pulling meds, giving them to anesthesia, making sure you get runners to go get blood. It's just like, not saying that you're hands off. You do more of the coordinating, but there's that. So, but I would say like perioperative nursing, because perioperative nursing consists of pre-op, OR, and PACU. I worked in the PACU for a little bit too. I hear that if PACU is where nurses go to retire, because you have the patient for like an hour and then you get rid of them. Not rid of them, but you transfer care. Like they either go home or they're going up to the floor somewhere. So it's the same thing with the OR. It's just like I go in, I talk to my patients, be very polite, and then I take them, to the operating room, take care of them there, and then I take them to PACU. So there's that. But I would definitely say perioperative nursing is definitely a best kept secret. Oh. Honestly, I don't even know if it's a secret anymore. But there's another one that's like, now it's huge, is remote nursing. So, like, one of the girls I follow on here, she works like for an insurance company doing data analysis. So all she does is, not saying all she does, but she sits on the computer, she does record reviews, making sure that everything is done properly. Make sure the record is filled. If it's not filled, getting a hold of whoever else. And she does that for 8 hours. Her day starts at 9 o'clock. Her day's over by like 4 or 5, but she's sitting at home. She don't even got to wear pants if she don't want to. The hell? She ain't got to wear pants if she don't want to. The hell does that mean? Who texting me? Nobody. Because nobody likes me. Let's see. So, but what else? But yeah, if you're one of those people who's looking to be a nurse, it's out there. Like it's definitely out there for you to do different things. You don't have to do bedside. Because I know now we're jumping on that topic. Is that you don't have to be a nurse and work bedside. Like those things are always there. So, um, what's up? What's up? Hey, thanks for joining. If you're just now joining me, my name's Kevin. I go by the Boot Nurse. This is my first TikTok live. If I can get my fat finger over here, we're talking about nursing stuff. We're talking about NCLEX. Whatever you guys want to talk about. So yeah, whatever you guys got. Somebody asked me who I was going for the Super Bowl. I picked the Eagles. Somebody asked me, or somebody told me I look like Jason Derulo. I guess I'm his doppelganger, but whatever. So there's that. We were talking about the fake nurses because, there's a bunch of fake nurses running around here. Shout out to Florida sending out fake nurses. I'm just playing. Hey, if you're from Florida, I'm just kidding because, like what is it? How does that saying go? Like one bad apple spoils the bunch. But the majority of those schools came out of Florida, so there's that. Any plans on further education? Yeah, actually. So, I been scratching my head because I was going to school for a long time, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So, for a long time, I wanted to go CRNA, hence why I was working in the ICU. But while I worked in the ICU, there was just a lot of things going on, and my passion and my love for wanting to go that route just disappeared. Like it disappeared hardcore. So, but I realized I love teaching because I was an instructor in the Navy for about 7.5, almost 8 years. So the last part of the majority of my career has been teaching, and I love education. So I went the route. I have decided to go the route of it was either informatics or it was going to be a nurse education, and I'm leaning probably about 90% sure that it's going to be nurse education. So I'll probably start my program at the very least, depending, would be next year. So I appreciate that question. So nurse education is the way to go because I love teaching. My biggest thing is that I want to teach people that you don't only have to work bedside to be a nurse. Like those days are over. Like for you to go and work. There's people that I went to school with who have never, like besides clinicals when we were in school, have never been bedside, and they have like nursing jobs, or nursing professions, like working for medical devices companies. They love nurses. They love everything about nurses because we're the ones that are using them. Using those devices on patients. What else? Insurance companies, or, you could do case management. What else? What else? People start their own stuff, like their own educational stuff. So it all just depends. But, however you decide to further your education. We were also talking about real estate because I was in earlier today, it had to have been like about a 4-hour meeting, like webinar talking about education, but education towards real estate. Because, hey, we got to have our money making money instead of us being out here working, like dogs, for change. And then if you're a travel nurse, you're really working, not really working, but you're working and getting paid buku amounts of money. So it's just like, what are you doing with that money? So there's always room to educate. There's always room to do more. So, like I said, we were talking about that book, The Nurses. Another book that I would recommend is not nursing related at all. But Rich Dad Poor Dad, that is a must on anybody that is trying to build wealth, for whatever reason. Rich Dad Poor Dad, hands down, right? So if you guys get the chance, check that out. On my Instagram, I'm, happy Black History Month. And on my Instagram and on my Facebook, I've been dropping really, some gems about, the Black nurses in history. Although it's Black History Month, we recognize these individuals during this month, but Black history is all year round. So, people out here making moves every day. So, Bro, what happened? What happened to my music? What happened to it? I don't know what's going on. Hey, but I was asking some people in here earlier. I was like, "Who's out here playing that new Harry Potter game?" Because I know there's a lot of controversy right now about people playing the Harry Potter game, saying to boycott it. I ain't boycotting nothing. Like I'm gonna like freaking. I'll expecto Patronum throughout this whole house. Don't think I won't. So see what's going on. I think I'm gonna hang out probably for like another 10 minutes, and we'll see what's up. Oh yeah, I talked about an app that I use for pharmacology, or not pharmacology, but I use for like meds as like I'm at work. So Hippocrates, that's a really good one. A really, really good one if you're trying to learn, medications. Another good website, nurse.org. They drop gems on there all the time. I follow them on Instagram. Make sure y'all go over there and follow me on Instagram. All right, trying to get these numbers up. See what's going on. See what's going on in the nursing world, which is what we talk about. We talk about stuff that happens in the nursing world. There was a school nurse that saved a pregnant teacher who went into cardiac arrest. Hey, there it is. Yeah, this is my first live. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm always a big talker. Like I said, I've been an instructor and I've been a teacher for a while. So I guess it's a really good way for me to hone in on my talking. So yeah, it's my first live. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. I'm probably gonna start doing more of these TikTok lives more often, just so I could just talk to y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all want. A lot of things we're gonna be working out. For me, trying to keep my name out there. Be one of those reliable sources of nursing information as well as education. So I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Thanks for being here. Nurse.org. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nurse.org. Um, it's a good resource for damn near just about anything, right? Damn near just about anything. You want to know it, they have it on there. So let's see. Like I said, somebody saved a school nurse saved a pregnant teacher from having a heart attack. So I ain't gonna sit here and I ain't gonna read it all to you, but if you go to nurse.org, you'll be able to see it on there. Staffing ratios are the wrong fight for nurses. There are many fights for nurses right now. Like staffing ratios is huge. I mean, there's been times where I've seen it where people have had like 8 or 10 patients per nurse. Not only is that like insane, that's very unsafe. So, I mean, I've heard, where people have had like 8 to 10 patients, and they can't round on them all in a timely manner, or they're across the hall, and then people code, or like they're older and they pass away, and then you don't get to them for like an hour, and they've been dead for an hour. So, you know, there's those things. What else? 10 things nurses really want for Valentine's Day. I'm not a really big Valentine's Day dude. However, however, if you decide to Valentine's Day me something, take me to a restaurant. I'm cool with that. We can go to Whataburger, or as a matter of fact, hey, you know what? Whataburger or In and Out, I'm cool with. I don't see the rivalry. A burger's a burger. Let's debate. We can talk about it right now. What other news they got on here? How to be a cardiac nurse practitioner. I actually have a friend of mine. She, who I was working on the ICU, she was actually a great preceptor that I had, and she actually just became a cardiac IC, a cardiac nurse practitioner not too long ago. She loves every bit of it because, she rounds on her patients, does whatever she does, and very, very smart woman. Very, very smart. Nurses react to Today show segment of labor shortage, low skilled jobs. I mean, how many of us nurses get, we get all these jobs and we don't get paid well enough for them. So, there's that. They're talking about the State of the Union address where it says 11 key takeaways for nurses. I didn't see the State of the Union address. I probably should have, just so I could just stay up to date of what was going on. So stuff like that. The FDA revises a ban or blood ban for gay and bisexual men. There's one thing I did know about this. It was Nurse Blake he essentially was heading at the head of this, trying to get things overturned. One thing about life is that we all want to be remembered for something, and that's something that man is super, super passionate about. And, it's just why can't he donate blood to help save people's lives because of, discriminatory reasons or for the fact of, his sexual orientation. So I do know that he's a very, very big proponent of this. So, I support him on trying to, bring change for the good, And plus now we have all different types of ways to, clean and filter blood, why is it now we're still discriminating against that? Some things need to kind of be fixed on that. If that's one thing that should change, that's one. Let's see. I got some other stuff. Best schools to go to in New York if you want to be an RN. Well, I'm sorry, best nursing schools in New York, top 10. Of course, started talking about Black history. Huge, 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 huge. Obviously, history is every day. We just recognize it heavily this month. Right? New generation NCLEX. That's huge, 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 huge. That's going to be probably one of my last things that I hit on is that the new generation NCLEX is changing. I'm sorry, the NCLEX is changing to the new generation NCLEX. And it's probably going to be like that for the foreseeable future. Because of that's the one thing that I guess people hospitals were complaining about is how they were just there's not enough critical thinking there. But you really don't really become a nurse until you probably hit the 6 to 9 month, no, probably the 9 to year mark, 9 month to year mark, to where you actually feel like you're really, really comfortable doing something as a nurse. I mean, as a brand new nurse, you're always going to ask questions. Hell, there's veteran nurses that still ask questions. So, there's things that are changing, very scenario based. Like I said, I call it a spiderweb effect. They give you, your patient name, age, vital signs, signs and symptoms, and then you got to kind of think about okay, they're exhibiting these signs and symptoms. Then you kind of go down, go do the spiderweb effect. Hey, okay, education, what's their diet like? What were they doing before? Have they had these problems in the past, so on and so forth. So, you kind of got to go into the weeds about it. And so going back to nurses and fake nurses, 4 students sue the Florida college for their NCLEX schemes because I guess it's gone to the point to where some of them are just I didn't know that this is what happened. And they were just no, they're going after the people that just outright paid for a degree and then, never went to nursing school. And then there's also I think it's in Georgia where there's 121 nurses that graduated from, or that, did this scheme. And they were just they got a lawyer. And I think 2 out of the 5 or whatever, got a lawyer to try to fight it. So that's probably not going to go so well. But, they already caught a lady. I want to say it was in Virginia, North Carolina, something like that. She got 54 months in prison and has to pay her wages back to her employer, which was over $700,000. So, hey, there's that. But anyways, if you're just now joining, my name's Kevin. I go by the Boot Nurse. This is my first TikTok live. I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate all the questions, no matter how little. I'll sit here and I'll just talk. So we talk about NCLEX stuff, we talk about nursing, talking about just about it, just about whatever. We just have an open forum conversation. I do NCLEX coaching. I do nurse coaching. For nursing students, all that good stuff. I got a YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, of course, Twitter. Everything is at the Boot Nurse. So if you guys have any questions about anything of the sort, or if you guys just want to chit chat, you guys can find me on all of those platforms. And with that pretty much being said, I'm going to log off from this Instagram. Oh my God. I'm going to log off from this TikTok, and I'll probably jump on here tomorrow. I enjoy doing this, so I'm just going to keep doing them and see how people feel about them, and then we'll just keep it pushing. So I appreciate everybody being here. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.